Let us discuss one element of the African imperialism. African imperialism metamorphoses itself as time transitions. So, what basically happens, the empire people, which are the African people, the black people, after the annexing of Jerusalem, which is the entire continent of El Kibula, they then annexed territory in the north. First, they founded the city of Tripoli and founded another city in what you call the Middle East today, and they call it Odessa. And they constructed what they call the Byzantine Empire, which is a Hittite empire, inside the annexed territory of the Bantu, which is Letuka or Latuka, which is Ventuka, Leventuka, Lekepulad. So, because they had conquered the Bantus, they saw to use the name Byzantine Empire because they had just conquered the Persian on the east of El Gibula and of Leventuka. They were working together with Teresia, the Etruscans of Rome. So they founded an empire before the Byzantine. It was called the Bobo Dialazo hegemony, where the Bobo is the black guys and the Dia is the Terracans of Teresia and some Medianites, lie people of Siberia that were working together with them when they concocted the Bobo Dialazo, and some of the conquered Pagan people that were breeded, because these people breed themselves. They ethnically cleanse nation, keep the lame, so that the lame can produce them daughters. So they breed themselves fairer into the looks of those people. So what basically happens is that then the Bobo Dialazo, within itself, the Africans annexed this territory right here from El Kibulan, which from here it's part of Teresia, which of its ancient Greece they used to live in that place, and that place was called Kenya. Just Turkey going into Teresia was called Kenya in antiquity, where the Haitians lived, because the Haitians came from Kenya, these Moors. So Bobo Dialazo within itself had what they call the Byzantine Empire. They have to write about the Byzantine and never write about the Bobo Dialazo, because that was not a pure African empire. It was a combination between themselves and the Etruscan. So in 74 AD, these guys moved from Tripoli and Odessa into Teresia, Etrusca, to ethnically cleanse the Etruscan Roman Khazarians, annexed that territory. So in the 1200s, they then push after breeding. You know, I told you about themselves capturing the women and bringing them into Tripoli and also into Odessa and breeding white. And then in the 1200, going now into Teresia as the Byzantine, that have changed color now, that they've breeded kids that actually look white after the captured women of the southern parts of Teresia. Now they want to move into the inland and finish the takeover of Teresia, working together with the Phoenicians, parts of the Haitians that were white living within the interiors of Teresia with the Etruscans, converging them inside and ethnically chopping them. So what happened then in the 1200, they moved in as the Byzantine, not as the Byzantine. They were the Byzantine when they initially settled under Bobo Dialazo, still in agreement with the Terracans. After they settled in 74 AD, when Hannibal Barca attacked Rome and preemptively annexed Rome with the military campaign, that started a war of ethnic cleansing on the Etruscans. These guys then called themselves, as they move now out of the area which was the Byzantine into Europe, to undertake this great adventure and campaign, military campaign. They went in as Ottoman, infringing on the identities of Oto. Oto is us, the Bantus, and El Gibulan is the land of Oto. Now that they have settled only for 9 years in this area, they now call themselves Ottoman. Then they move into Teresia, tear Teresia into pieces and unalive the people and eat some of the victims that were unalive, the little babies, and raping even the little babies, as using the name, illegally using the name of the Bantus, Oto, from the name Bato, because we are the children of To. To is our father. So they go into Europe, preemptively attacking their partners, their masters, as Ottoman, because they come from the land of Oto, the Batos. Do you pitch me? And check this out. When they come back from Europe, now they became mulattoes and whiteys, as the picture that you see here. They are now mulattoes. They come as Jan van Schakel and van Rysburg and van Rensburg. You understand? They now come and encompass the continent. Now they call the continent Africa by the name of their father. You must understand the African theory and how they change the name and how they maneuver like a serpent. Hello, Bantu Ventuka, of all Ventukas of antiquity. My name is Braga B. Adios, amigo. Capuch.